Good morning. Sorry about this. Excuse me for 1 second here. Okay. Good morning. Welcome to another day of Bible prophecy. My name is Prophet Curly Brazil, and I am a modern day prophet living by the Spirit of Moses, sent by God the Father to prepare the way for the return of Jesus Christ. You can find me throughout the history of Bible prophecy if you take your time and you go through these things with wisdom and understanding. What I want to bring to you this morning concerning end of time Bible prophecies. What we have today is the Antichrist, who proclaiming himself to be operating in our interest. There are certain facts I want you to consider. Let's leave this to your mind, friend. Well, this man say he searching people on the airplane when they go to and fro from place to place. But he tells us that he is operating in the best of our interests. He guarding our rights and civil rights. But at the same time, he tells you that he got to take away your freedom of speech so you can't speak freely of what you believe against him, against Al Qaeda, or anything you speak. As long as you're speaking against Al Qaeda and the Taliban, it's all right. But when you get to discussing problem about him and what this man do, that doesn't fit. He want to take away your civil rights, your freedom of speech. But yet he say that he's operating in your best interest for your protection. What have we done all these years, or what have he done all these years to protect our civil rights from the youth where we were born and all up until now? How is it all of a sudden that he got to protect our interests? He working in our interests, protect our civil rights, that there will not be us being bombed. What did we do for our civil rights before President George W. Bush got there? However, how long we have lived, what did we do in the formality of the years up until now for the last, my party, for the last 63 years plus? So why is it now that all of a sudden he got to work in our best interest, but yet still he bugging our phones, checking our mail, and he's talking about speaking, taking away our rights of freedom of speech? There was something that's wrong with the issue. You know, in the early years, where Alexander the Great came through in the Roman Empire, they alleged that the twins that created the Roman Empire, where one man trying to kill the other, they was found nursing by she-wolf. But these people rebels the wolf because of the people that were found nursing these became the empire of the Roman Empire, one of the twins. This is what is told through history. Now, let me show you something. You take Maccabeus. He had greatness in his lifetime. Became one of the greatest quarterbacks it was. But they used Maccabee's friends against him to entice him to do things. But at the end of the day, they made Maccabee worship the wolf. He had to bow down and submit himself to a part in life that he would never had to bow down to. But at all costs, he worshiped the dog. How did I know this? Because they made him pay $900,000 for a dog to take care of these dogs. This is one of the sinister things that any human being could have degraded a human being when he made Maccabee worship them dogs. This same thing it is in Iraq. Afghanistan, they're making these peoples in Iraq and Afghanistan worship the dog. The dog is the one that's symbolized by the Roman Empire because they alleged the dog that was found nursing by the wolf became one of the dominant nations upon the earth. Roman Empire. We don't know where them dogs came, them young men, the kids came from. But if they was held true to what they believed in, though she wolf, they was being worshipped by the dog. So when they take and stigmatize God's people and cause them to worship the law of democracy, not only is they turning away from the law that God gave to Moses, but they're sitting worshiping the dog. They're bowing down to the dog. You check your history out. You don't need to listen to me. Don't listen to me. You see, they worship God. The same thing about Maccabee. They used his friend to come against him to put him in a position just like they did Maxine Wallace and Charlie Ring. That he had to bow down and worship the dogs. You can check your record. You can twist it any way you see. But when you see at the end of the day that Maccabee bowed down and made that dog more than he was. And when he bowed down, I don't care what the vocabulary is, I'm telling you what I saw. I'm telling you, speaking the truth. When he bowed down and worshiped those dogs, then they united him back in the vocabulary of human beings. But you can't take away from that. When they made him pay the $900,000 and he did this, and he had to go speak about the dogs every day, you're looking at a side that you ain't looking at, you ain't considered. They're making him worship the dogs. Bow down and worship that dog. You can say anything you want, and anybody that sit up there and said, no, he didn't do that, he did, you can shut your mouth. Because that's what they're doing to Iraq, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. They're causing them to take away the law of Moses and place a law that is less common among men that have no salvation in him because he is a predator, in the people, because he is a predator. This is where we are. Well, before I get started on this, I want to take you to another part. Dr. Jeremiah Wright, they kicked him to the curb. The words that Barack Obama, it came out of his own mouth. We didn't know what the record between him and Dr. Jeremiah Wright. But he said that Dr. Jeremiah Wright was the one he communicated with as a child. He was a mentor to Barack Obama. But as he found, was preaching the thing that they consider as hate, but he was preaching true facts because of what Dr. Jeremiah Wright said. It was the thing that I had lived throughout my history of my life. So what things is satisfied for one man is not the thing that is satisfied to the other. Because the life Dr. Jeremiah Wright lived is the same lifestyle that I encountered when I was a child. And you can't take away this because it's engraved in stone.